Hi, everyone. My name is Jama with Women's Net, and I am so excited to introduce to you our July 2026 winners. So we have with us Katie, and she is our business category winner. Her business name is Pasture Puff. And then we also have with us Mikah and Juliette, and they're with Babes Pickles, and they are our startup grant winner. We also have our Amber Grant winner, Anne, and she's with Sterling Hygiene. Unfortunately, she couldn't make it on this interview, but we will be getting a video from her shortly, and we're so excited to learn about her business. But we'll go ahead and begin with our interview today. Katie, we're so excited that you're with us today. So, Katie, with Pasture Puff, can you please tell us a little bit about your business and then just tell us how you got started, who inspired your business? We're dying to know.
Yeah, absolutely. So I adopted a couple of ponies, and they had a really painful hoof condition called laminitis. It's really tough for them to be comfortable, and it required that I do a lot of bedding in their stalls to help them be comfortable. But the bedding was very expensive. It was time consuming. I work full time. I have a family. It is. We know as women, we have a lot on our plates, right? And so adding that every single day, I'm having to go and clean. They were very messy. And yeah, not only that, but at the end of the week, I would take all of everything that I had put in and take it all back out again. Not only time consuming, but expensive, right? And I was like, there's got to be a better way. And essentially, there was not a better way. There was nothing that I could find. And so I thought, gosh, I really wish I could have a nice big, like a dog bed for my horses, right? They're ponies, they're little. And I thought maybe I could find like a really, really big dog bed or something like that and try it out and see if that would help them to be more comfortable and be more clean. But then the challenge became, how do you keep it waterproof and clean, sanitary and all of that for them. So I just started experimenting with different materials, and it was really interesting because they took to it right away. And I mean, I just did something super low cost, really easy, and I noticed that, gosh, they really loved it, and it made my life a lot easier. It ended up being very expensive in the long run because I went through so many different materials and trials and such, but my vet and my farrier, so the farrier is the person who actually does the hooves. They both would come and they'd see these ponies laying out on these mattresses, and they just thought it was the craziest thing ever. But they both independently said, you should bring this out to the world, and because there's a lot of horses out there that could really use something like this, some kind of soft support like this. And I said, no, 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 I don't need that in my life. And then, over time I thought, it's true, because I thought about myself going and searching and trying to find this exact solution, and the comfort and the relief that it even brought me, just seeing them, comfortable, and also just relieving me of my time crunch and the expense overall, once I figured everything out. It's been really life changing for me, and for the ponies too. And so I did. So I started working with local manufacturers and created the business, and it has completely exploded. We've now actually moved into zoo animals, which is really exciting too. So got a lot around the corner for us.
That's really amazing. We're so glad that you didn't hold back and actually brought this and shared it with the world. So thank you so much. And then Micah and Juliet, please tell us all about Babes Pickles and then who or what inspired your business.
Yes. Hi, I'm Micah, and Juliet is also on this call, and we are Babes.
Hello.
We are Babes Pickles. We're an artisan, clean ingredient pickle brand. We really focus on being fresh with a really packed, bold flavor. But we were just two best friends who started making pickles in our kitchen just for fun, for friends and family. We've always loved pickles more than any other food out there, both independently and together. So when we started coming up with flavors and recipes and we had our friends try them, they loved them so much, which then we realized there were a few fresh pickles out there on the market that we also enjoyed eating. So we thought we should just create our own and get it on the shelves. But a lot of inspiration comes from our love of food. Food has always been such an important part of both of our families, as well as people and gathering people together. So creating a brand that was really important to us to bring everyone together and have them be a part of a fun brand experience, as well as enjoying an incredible product.
And Katie, can you please tell us what makes your business approach or the product that you're offering different from some of the other pet beds? I know we talked a little bit about some of the characteristics, like being waterproof and helping with, reducing the time, the energy that it takes to clean up. But is there something else that makes your product so special?
Yeah, I mean that those are very important points because they don't really exist elsewhere, especially in something that's quite so portable. And the other thing I would say is that we actually developed a proprietary fabric with it's called Dimension Polyant. They carry the X-Pack fabric. They're amazing. They're an American company. Well, they're German, but we don't hold that against them. But they have their American group here, and so they make all that materials here. And the head of Global Technical Fabrics came to my house and actually saw how we're using them here, live, and helped us to actually develop a product that the covers or the fabric that is actually puncture proof and rip proof, and it's the first of its kind ever. And so that really gives us a huge competitive advantage, and it actually allows us to get into areas where this stuff's going to be really utilized, and it's going to last for a really long time. It's better for the world too, because you're not getting rid of all of the shavings and all the excess waste that we generate otherwise. And it's PFAS free, which is amazing. And it's all made right here in the United States. The vast majority of my team actually have a pretty good sized team now of individual sales consultants that are commission only. They're amazing. And they are just very passionate. Most of them have been customers before they became agents for us. So are consultants for us. And so they're all women except for one. And so everybody, it's great because I love that. When we get together for our sales meetings, like we'll have our sales meeting tonight, it's a lot of fun. But everybody also gets a living wage, right? So we don't go out and find the cheapest products. We get the most quality products, something that's going to last for a long time. And everybody that I work with, they all earn enough to actually do well in life, right? And that's a really, really big deal for me, is being able to share that. So that really is a big part of what our company does, is driving that sustainability, the living wage, something that's local, is building up our local communities.
Thank you so much for sharing that. And also even your consumer, right? So the animals are enjoy your product and
They
it clearly
do.
works well.
You know what? It's so amazing. It's really gratifying, honestly, because it's not easy starting a business. Believe me, I am learning a lot of things, unfortunately, the hard way. But it is really wonderful. And every single time that I hear from a customer about, I often hear they'll say, "Thank you for making this product," and it's just like, they'll send me pictures of their horses
Yeah.
standing on it or laying on it, and it means the world to me because it is. I know firsthand what it feels like to feel so good about what you're doing for your animals, and for them to also have that. It's like it's the best thing. It's the best
Yeah.
feeling in the world, honestly. And when things get hard, because of course they always do, that's really what keeps me going.
Yeah. Awesome. So, Babes Pickles, Micah and Juliette, tell us a little bit more about what makes your business and just your approach with your product that you're offering so special.
So, what sets us apart is definitely our focus on quality ingredients and being super intentional about what we put in each jar. I grew up going to France, and we always used French gray sea salt. And so we incorporated that into our recipe. So our pickles are mineral rich, they have a lot of electrolytes. And that's another thing that kind of sets us apart is you can snack on them, but not only are they for snacking, they're for drinking the brine, they're for cooking, they're for making cocktails. And that leads us kind of into our unique marketing approach, which involves doing events and working with local restaurants and doing collaborations that celebrate the product through various iterations. So not only are we selling pickles, but we're pairing with local restaurants and doing a cocktail for a month, or they're being served as appetizers to a main dish. And that's been really fun as well. As Mikah said, we love food, we love cooking, and it's been really fun to have the opportunity to work with local restaurants and chefs and be able to have that collaboration. And I think that's really kind of, also,
And
sorry,
another,
one
well,
more thing that
that,
I meant to add is a very important part of our brand and the product is that we really, really value not using any preservatives or chemicals. We have a very extensive icing process that our cucumbers go through to ensure that they stay fresh and crispy and crunchy without having to use any chemicals or preservatives. And that is something that we really value and has been a value from the very start. We wanted to create a fresh, crisp pickle that we felt like we couldn't find anywhere else. So,
and I wanted to add really quickly, yes, the icing and the cold breading process makes them extremely crunchy, so that sets us apart. And another, with our marketing strategy, we think that the name Babes is super fun and cheeky, and so it created this personality that we wanted to bring to the pickle industry. We felt wasn't really out there. Fun, cheeky, playful, and confident. Bringing pickles to you. You want to be confident bringing pickles to the party as a gift. A lot of people gift them, so real estate agents in Austin are gifting them as real estate gifts to all of their top producing clients. And it is an elevated gift to be giving, and it's not like something that exists on the market already.
to chime off of that, our name Babes for us, it's like babes are people that are curious and confident and have good taste, but it's also a term of endearment. And it's this notion of gifting and bringing people together that we have been also inspired by throughout this entire process, because it's just been very organic and exciting and rewarding in a way to be able to bring people together through like a really just delicious product.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And it truly is unique. I love the fact that it doesn't have some of the preservatives, or
Traditional
you can
preservatives.
read, you can read the ingredients and understand and know what they are, and yet they're so tasty. I know for me, cucumber is my favorite. So
Oh,
when it's
yes.
crisp and just right fresh, it's just amazing. So I cannot wait to try some of your pickles, and I
Oh,
I
know
know.
it'll be amazing.
We
yes.
need to get a batch. We need to
Sent
get
over
a
to you guys.
batch of
That sounds
sent over
awesome.
stat.
That sounds awesome. Well, thank you both so much, Katie, Juliette, and Micah, for joining us. And we do appreciate you taking the time. We know that you're busy women, and so we appreciate getting to know your business a little bit. Congratulations on your July win, and we look forward to hearing more about you and your update towards the end of the year. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We're so grateful.
One thing that makes Sterling Hygiene unique compared to the rest of the providers that provides the same care is that my background in caregiving started long before I became a dental hygienist. I emigrated here from Haiti, and it's caregiving is the easiest job that someone can get as an immigrant. My mom was a caregiver, my sister was a caregiver, and I myself became a caregiver for at least 5 years when I started working in my career. Working as a caregiver, it taught me patience, compassion, and understanding. it really made me value the little time that we have, because I saw that the connections I was building with the patients would fade because I would meet them towards the tail end of their life. So as I became a dental hygienist, I continued to practice the same care, the same compassion with every patient that I met, and I built true rapport with them, where I would build even friendship with my patients. So as I build Sterling Hygiene, I continue to bring that same care directly to each one of my patients, where they are guaranteed to get compassion every single time, and they are guaranteed to get a level of care that is directly catered to them. And the thing about Sterling Hygiene is that I make my own time. I don't have to rush. I can make sure that everyone get the care that they deserve, regardless of where they are cognitively for the day. Because when patients have Alzheimer's or they're a little bit older, you never know how they're going to feel on a day-to-day basis. So with Sterling Hygiene, one thing that is guaranteed is that compassion, dignity, and respect is always there at every single visit. What inspired Sterling Hygiene? Well, there was actually 3 patients that I've seen in traditional dental offices who had lost some level of independence. And I saw how difficult it was for them to access traditional dental care just because they were having a difficult time in the dental office. I saw the need for better access to care. The first one, he was in a wheelchair. He was unable to transfer into the chair, and he had his head tilted, and it was hard for us to take x-rays on them. And unfortunately, we had to turn him away. The other one, she did come to the office. However, as she lost cognitive impairment, sorry, as she lost most of her memory, it was hard for her to remain in the dental chair, because what happened is that she would get a little bit agitated. She wouldn't know what she was doing, why she was here, and where her loved one was. And lastly, there was one, even though they were able to get in the chair, sometimes the dental office would require them to be there for 2 hours for an extraction and then a dental cleaning or whatever care they needed, and their loved one had to sit and wait during that time, or at least be readily accessible during that time. So it really made me realize that access to care was something that everyone needed, and it shouldn't be limited based on their mobility. So the last part, what also inspired Sterling Hygiene, is that the name Sterling comes from my late little brother who passed away in 2019. His name was Sterling, and I wanted to do something in his honor so that way his name could be remembered.